Hello friends, Namaste Dosto. Namaste Dosto means hello friends in Hindi, in case you were wondering. Welcome back to the channel that keeps changing its name. We have changed it for the third and final time. First, this channel was called American Videshi. Then we changed it to You India. And I decided I wanted both America and India in the YouTube channel's name. So I've just decided to change it to America Loves India. And my About This Channel video, the very first thing I say is that I'm an American who loves India. So I thought, well, that's what we'll just call it, America Loves India. So welcome back to America Loves India. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite veg Indian dishes. It means there's no meat in it, but I really like it a lot. It's one of my favorite. I've never met an American or a non-Indian who doesn't like it, but I'm sure there's someone out there. But before that, I just want to say please subscribe to this channel. And if you want to support our work, you can do that in our Patreon below. And I just want to give out a shout out to Kevin and Tracy and Woodrow. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. And I know there's quite a few more who are going to eventually. Thank you so much. And if you saw in the last video, we gave out some socks to some Indians in need. Some people supported us through our Patreon, and we were able to take that money and get some really good quality socks to some Indians in need. They were wool socks, actually, in a place where you can't really get wool socks. So in the north in India, it gets really cold, and there's a lot of people who don't have much warm clothes, or their houses don't have heat or insulation. So thank you so much to those who gave us through Patreon. If you haven't seen the video, I definitely recommend it. It really is a big part of this channel, is that we want to help out Indians in need through different ways, through basic needs. But now I want to show you one of my favorite Indian veg dishes, and it is this. This is called Chola Bhatura. And one of the greatest things about Chola Bhatura is that it's fun to say, because it kind of rhymes. I once had an American say that an Indian recommended something that kind of rhymed, and I said, that must be Chola Bhatura. And so it's a really simple dish, but it's really good. If you ever go to an Indian restaurant, or if you're in India or somewhere, I would highly recommend this dish. It is basically chickpeas with some tomato and some tea leaves and coriander and a few other Indian spices. And then this is bhatura, which is another flatbread. Like I've said before in other videos, Indians have all different kinds of flatbread. And my favorite flatbread is naan, but I would say this is a close second. And one reason about this flatbread's being so good is because it's fried. And it's very airy. I don't know if you can see that. It's very airy and fluffy. So it's really, really good. And if you go to an Indian restaurant, they'll give you 2 really, really big pieces of bhatura. And so basically what you do is you just tear this bread off, and then you just kind of dip it in your chola. Like I said, it's chickpeas. And then this down here is it's called pickle. My wife made a homemade pickle. We'll come back to pickle in another video. I kind of want to just talk about pickle all by itself. Like, we have pickle, but they have pickle. We pickle cucumbers, and they pickle a whole bunch of different vegetables. So yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, if I would compare it to an American dish, I would say it's kind of like, maybe like chili or baked beans with a chili type flavor. So yeah, it's really good. And then, I mean, you can't go wrong with this really fluffy fried flatbread. You really can't go wrong with that. So in India, you can get this meal for really cheap. And like I said, they give you like huge bhaturas. And I mean, a lot of times I don't I can't even finish the whole thing. You can, I mean, you could get this. Sometimes people make it on the street. So my wife and I, on our honeymoon, we were just on the street in an auto rickshaw, and there was a place selling this meal for like less than $1. And we both got a plate, and I doubt we both finished it. So it's actually a really cheap meal. It's not too hard to make. In our first video, we had a snack video, and I actually showed you how to make it. We haven't had other videos of showing how to make meals because, like this flatbread, you make it from scratch, and then a lot of other things from scratch too. So they can just be. It's not too difficult, but it's just really. It takes a lot of time. And so I've just decided to show you videos of the actual food and say, hey, if you think this sounds good, then go to a restaurant. So yeah, I highly recommend this meal, Chola Bhatura. If you're an Indian, can you leave a comment and tell me if you like Chola Bhatura? If you're an American, leave a comment and tell me if you've ever had this. If you've never had this, I recommend you go to a restaurant and try it. We would also like to ask if you could just subscribe to this channel. Like I said before, support us on Patreon so that we can help Indians with basic needs and other things like that. Subscribe to this channel because if you're an Indian, because in the future we're going to also have like some giveaways. We'll have, like for watching the video and leaving comments, we'll have prizes. So you definitely want to subscribe for that as well. So once again, thank you for watching. Goodbye, friends. Namaste, dosto.